BKFC seriously might promote fights better than the UFC has ever done in the past 10 years. They have been promoting Jeremy Stephens versus Mike Perry for the King of Violence belt. It's going to be on the same night of UFC 320 where Merab is going to fight Corey, Ankalaev versus Pereira, and honestly, my personal main event, Yuri Prohaska versus Khalil Roundtree. I have to tap into Mike Perry versus Jeremy Stephens, okay? Jeremy Stephens last weighed in at 155. Mike Perry fights at around 185, okay? Even though both of these dudes are coming off of losses, I am excited. Mike Perry is one of my favorite combat sports athletes ever. Dude dropped MVP. Dude is just Mike Perry is just a character. I don't really even need to get into why I love Mike Perry. Just watch any fight of his. He goes after it. He bites down on the mouthpiece and squabbles up. He absolutely squabbles up, okay? They have some common opponents here. Mike Perry beat up Eddie Alvarez. He made him quit a round sooner than Jeremy Stephens made Eddie Alvarez quit. I am excited for this, boys. Absolutely. Do I think Mike Perry goes out there and starches Jeremy Stephens? Yes. Yes, Mike Perry is way bigger than Jeremy Stephens. Mike Perry is literally the face of bare-knuckle boxing for a reason. He is such the face of bare-knuckle boxing that he got a shot to fight Jake Paul. Did he look good? No, but he definitely got that bag, and with that bag is going to come better training camps, better cuts. Mike Perry is talking about how this fight's going to be at 170, I believe, because these dudes are meeting in the middle, and it's going to be a little rough weight cut for Mike Perry, but BKFC has promoted this fight to no end, okay? They've had these dudes face off on the Ariel Helwani show, via Zoom. Then they had them face off sitting across the table from each other. Absolutely cinematic. Absolutely cinematic. After watching the face-off, I instantly looked up tickets. This is all the UFC needs to do. They just need to sit these champions down with their contenders and have them just shit-talk each other for about 10 to 15 minutes. All right, these dudes were trolling each other. It didn't even get serious, and I'm fully entertained. I as a grown man, am fully entertained by Jeremy Stephens saying that he's going to clap Mike Perry's booty cheeks in the squared circle of bare knuckle boxing. All right, I am hyped. Mike Perry is definitely going to change Jeremy Stephens' life trajectory for the worse. Okay, but I'm ready to see it. I'm always here for a Mike Perry fight. His fight against Julian Lane, absolutely fantastic. He literally dropped Michael Venom Page, but to be fair, Michael Venom Page was winning that fight. My boy Mike Perry was getting pieced up by MVP, but that's nothing to be ashamed of, all right? Then he goes out there and takes the teeth away from Luke Rockhold, all right? Beats up Eddie Alvarez, beats up Thiago Alvarez, and we don't really need to talk about the Jake Paul. We seriously do not need to talk about the Jake Paul fight. Absolutely not. But the main jumping off point, right? I'm put on the shades, boys. The main jumping off point for this fight is the winner is supposed to be fighting Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor supposedly is going to be fighting the winner of Jeremy Stephens versus Mike Perry for the King of Violence belt in bare knuckle boxing. Now, you would say to yourself, E-Rock, how is this possible? Conor McGregor has, I believe, 2 to 3 fights left on his UFC contract, and if you ask me, I have no idea. I don't know either. That's just the rumors that's been going around. I don't believe him. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe him. Mike Perry is low-key becoming such a threat, such a nuclear-level threat in bare-knuckle boxing that he has been complaining that it's hard for him to even find competition. What are we doing? What are we doing with Mike Perry? I am so excited for the bare knuckle boxing. I cannot even stop talking about it. $25 million open weight class tournament that Mike Perry is 95% likely to win that. All right? Nobody beats Mike Perry in the squared circle. Bare knuckle boxing. You just squeeze your hand as hard as you can. Listening to Mike Perry talk about bare knuckle boxing, I learned that these dudes in BKFC squeeze their hands so hard, and that prevents their hands from breaking. Okay, so take that as you may. If you ever get into a bare knuckle fight, if it's sanctioned or not, squeeze the hands as hard as you can. That's what I learned from Mike Perry. Mike Perry is a teacher. Okay, he is a sensei of sorts, and he is going to beat the brakes off of Jeremy Stephens, boys. Sorry for that. My bad. No phones. No phones, okay? But I am excited. I'm ready to watch Mike Perry. All right? Who is he fighting next? It's definitely not Conor McGregor. That's all I know. So I don't understand why they're using that as like the selling point. But maybe, maybe not. The UFC's going to the White House this year, allegedly. So we never know until things actually happen. All right, boys? And apparently Tank is fighting Jake Paul. All right, so there has been crazier things than Conor McGregor versus Mike Perry going on later this year. All right, so honestly, it wouldn't even shock. I'm sorry that I keep getting text notifications, but it wouldn't even shock me either way. All right, but anyways, boys, Mike Perry, please, you are the king of violence. Do not let Jeremy Stephens, this random 45-pounder, walk in there and take your shine, take your belt, and take everything you've ever worked for, all right, Mike? And if you haven't, please watch these sit-downs. Absolute cinema coming from these dudes, all right? I'll see you guys later. UFC China was all right. We'll talk about UFC China in I'll post a video all about UFC China, all right, boys? I'll see you guys in a little bit. Shout out to Mike Perry. BKFC rules. $25 million open weight class tournament. Sign me up. I'll fight. I'll fight somebody. Fuck it. Why not?